Friday Night Live. Memorial Day weekend kickoff. There we go. I thought I had that song timed up just right to end, but went a little long. So glad you're here, glad you're tuning in. Let's kick things off like we always do. Raise up the cups and yeah, cheers everyone. Oh boy, we have got quite a few woodhounds flying through the chat here. Let's see. My goodness, Old Guy Firewood was like one of the first comments I saw. Old Guy Firewood, glad you are staying up late here on this Friday night of the holiday weekend. Oh, and Timon is here. Bill Irwin, Mr. Van Dusen, Tim and Old Saws. How are you doing? All right, there is. I can't even see here. I got my windows crunched down on my. Normally, when I'm up in my office, I have a separate monitor to have everything on. So I'm a little. When I do the live outside, it's a little. Sometimes can be a little more challenging, but not too bad. American Country 716. Good evening, Maple Ridge Acres. Outside 515. The Hogs Logs. Tony Woods. Let me see here. Miller Stumps and Firewood. How are you doing? Oh no. We got the dogs are barking. The barking of the dogs. Early in the evening. Oh my, oh my. SG. Greetings to you as well. I am just seeing here what else is. Who else? Daniel Atkins, how are you doing? Somebody was saying something earlier about something up by you. Or the land next to you or something. Carl Lewis, the man with the plan. And John Stout, how are you doing? We finally have, even though it looks like it's a nice evening out here, we are still a little chilly. This morning we were at 38 degrees this morning. So, Jared, if you're wondering, the boiler is still going. Still have smoke coming out of the stack over there. And I am anticipating I will probably have it going through the weekend and maybe shutting it down beginning of next week. I'm not sure. Oh, and look at this. We do have a question. If you are new here, David, how you doing? If you do have a question, even though I have reduced visibility in my little windows, I sometimes can pick out your question, like Tony Woods right here, who says, "What's your sign saying behind you?" That one right back there. It's a little faded. It's been hanging for quite a while. It is for the pool, and it says, "No skinny dipping alone." So, no skinny dipping alone out here in the pool. Well, yeah, it's a little faded. A little faded. But you can kind of make out. Now that you know what it says, you can probably make that out. Mark, we're gonna try to have a good time tonight for you. So hopefully you're ready. Hopefully you're prepared. Kick this weekend off. How are you faring on your hail damage? It's been an interesting week. The insurance adjuster was here yesterday. So I actually it went a lot better than I thought it was going to, but I did not, like, he's going to take everything back and he puts all the stuff together and then sends it somewhere and then they're going to get back to me. So I don't know yet, but he did confirm, because last weekend, I've had 3 different contractors go up and look around, and they all have said, "Oh, everything's shot. You need a whole new roof. Everything's destroyed. You need it." So, but the insurance adjuster did confirm that the entire roof front, back, all sides, everything will need to be replaced. And so that was good. That at least, and then Wisconsin is different than some other states. So like they will only pay for the one side of the siding to be replaced. And then the other thing that didn't even cross my mind, we have a wooden fence over from the house over to the property line that we built, and we, everything it was stained. And he asked me, he's like, is that fence is stained, right? And I'm like, yep. He goes, yeah, the back side of it, man, it really took some damage. And you can actually see like spots on all of the boards of the fence where the hail hit. So he's like, we'll probably, allow you whatever to put up a new fence or, or something. I'm like, oh, well, there you go. All right. So yeah, he was actually like looking for more things. You always hear about like adjusters will like not try to find as much damage as you might think there is, but he was like finding more damage than I even realized I had. So that was good. Not that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm going to rip the fence down. I might restain it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, and then the truck. That's going to be the big one. I don't know how that's going to end up. The hood and the roof and of the truck and like on the side of the one door, there's a couple dings. So I don't know. I do not know how that will end up. We shall see. But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun summer if they do start ripping this roof off. I think Amanda's boy he works for a roofing company, so he said to wait and not, because the pitch of our is pretty steep. So he said don't do it when it's really hot, because otherwise like the shingles, he just said it's better to wait and do it in the fall. So oh yes, yeah, so I should be good. It should be totaled. It'll be completely wiped out. The shelters are, you mean the greenhouse is fine and the other shelters are fine. Those are all no problem. No problem at all. Can
I sit here or am I in your way?
You can sit wherever you like, as long as you come and say hello.
Hello.
She's back from hanging on a cliff. For those of you that may not have seen the post, was it yesterday I put that?
I think so.
She was scaling a 300-foot rock face up on Lake Superior. So she's back tonight to relax and tend to the fire. There are gonna be people keeping tabs on you to watch that fire. Although that's why I set up over here tonight, so I could keep the fire lit. Let's see. What was that? What? Glowing Firewood 50. You have another mic you can put by the fire so we can hear it crackle. Well, I can't get it too close because it'll melt it. But no, I don't have another mic. We'll see. I do have a little pine that I am burning, so maybe it'll do a little cracking. We'll get a little crackle going on later on. All right. I got a couple questions in a row here flying at me. Jared, not this weekend. And I'm glad I didn't schedule it because it, like I said, it's been so flippin' cold. And the other problem is that over in front of the gate to get into the backyard is a big load of boulders on the ground that I have to move over to the pond. So the truck couldn't get in to deliver the water anyway. So maybe next weekend. I think they did. I know that the mother and the fawn that they had was right over here. I saw her right after the hailstorm. Jeez, something's angry up there. So yeah, as far as I know, I haven't found any bodies in the woods yet. How much of next year's firewood did you have to burn this year to finish the season? I maybe 2 totes worth. Two loosely tossed in totes. So, but I have a whole bunch of those standing dead trees to make up, so I'll be able to split that, and if I need to, the end of next year, I'll be able to burn that. Let me see here. The Versatube old guy firewood, that one, it's not, it didn't get dinged up that bad actually. There's a few spots on the one corner, but I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't know. I didn't have him look at that just because I don't know if I even have it like listed on my policy. I don't know how all that works. Mystery Gardener, good evening. Yeah, it's we got quite a bit. Can you guys hear those birds? They are really loud. The roof of the house is going to need full replacement. I haven't heard yet on my truck from the damage. 48 degrees in PA. I don't know what we at. I think we're at about 58, 59 right now. So not quite that cool. But like I said, this morning it was 38. So it was chilly. Chilly. We did not. There's still a few rounds to split, and there's some logs that he's going to buck up. But he didn't want us to get it all done because he likes to have something to do. So there's probably one more. We'll probably, next time I go down, we'll probably finish up some of the bigger ones. But all of the stuff we didn't get to, he is going to be working on as long as it doesn't get too hot. But then once it gets too warm, then he'll probably save that for the fall, and then have something to do back in the wood, back in the back 40 this fall and winter. Did Rogala have to go? Rogala! Have a good weekend. Colleen's Farm Adventures, 55 in Saskatchewan. That's not too bad. Keep sending send some warm stuff down here though, but not too warm. Last week it was way too hot. Way too hot. Uh-oh. We have somebody's driving by on a UTV, but we have a coin in the cup. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your cup. The ladies are coming out. Marlon, my friend, good to see you. Thank you very much. Cheers What did you say here? Hi, Dan, fellow Woodhounds. Cheers, friends. Cheers to you. Thank you very much. Well, it's all so they'll just be ripping off the shingles and putting new shingles on. So we won't. I don't know if I'll be able to salvage anything of use from that. Hey, Peter in Alaska, how are you doing? Sunset is 11 p.m. Oh my, that is pretty crazy. Don Slate, how are you doing? Let's see. Jason Lee, good evening. There's frickin' Jeep. Yeah, I don't know if they're still going or not, but Logger Jason was having a little get together up there. I gotta wait. I'll wait to see if he joins here. But we're gonna try to do. We're gonna have a little sub push, but I need one of the mods. I need help from one of the moderators. But let me see if those guys. I don't know if I didn't see them. I don't know if Logger Jason is tuned in or not. Adirondack Woodsman here. Good evening. Yeah, there was oh boy. Sunset is 9. Oh. Neighbor Doug, you do not want to hear those stories. Trust me. Where is, I think, did I miss? I want to just make sure. I gotta see if Logger Jason, it would. Old guy Firewood. Yeah, it's let's just say I don't know if I would be able to tell those stories in a PG setting. Anyway, all right. The there wasn't any damage to that. It's kind of under a big pine tree right here, so yeah, there wasn't any. It didn't really get hit too hard with the hail. If it would have been out in the open, then there probably would have been some pretty serious damage, because there was some pretty big chunks flying down, big balls of ice. Not like the balls of ice that are in my glass here tonight, but some of them were actually bigger balls of ice. Mr. Scheib, good evening. Uh-oh, Jason Lee, have a good weekend. He's got to go play with his firewood. So yeah, I don't know if can I pin? I don't know if I can pin it. I can't access the YouTube chat here, or maybe I can. I need one of the moderators, if you can quick go and grab the link to Shotlift Family Firewood's channel and throw it in the chat. And then we're going to do, if anyone who's watching hasn't subscribed, I think Logger Jason sent me a message earlier, and I think he needs 50 more. 50. 50 more subs to Shotlift Family Firewood. If I don't know, like I said, if or I don't know if he's, I know he's over at the, is it Bear Paw? The Bear Paw Retreat. With Kenny, Chris, Logger Jason, I forget who else is all over there. But Craig's Cords to Coles is over there. Anyway, there's like 8 guys that are gathered in the woods. According to Chris, they're all wearing thongs and they're making firewood. But we're going to try to get... we're going to try... I was reading... Wayne, how are you doing? I was reading... I didn't know what your comment there was saying. But anyway, there is the Shibe. Thank you very much, Shibe. Shotlift Family Firewood. If you haven't subscribed, like I said, we're gonna Logger Jason started this earlier, and we're gonna try to keep the momentum going here on this weekend, Memorial Day weekend kickoff. Getting Brian up to 1,000 subscribers. That is the goal. A little stretch goal before we get to overtime. If we get 1,000, we'll go into overtime, and Amanda will climb this tree right there. You want to practice climbing? Oh, you don't have. She doesn't have a rope. Never mind. Anyway, frickin' Jeep said that the fire is looking kind of low. Unless these are the, if you come over, if you want to come over here, and I'll get. They probably want to talk to you anyway. Yeah, there you go. Throw that stuff on. Let's see. Okay. Now I'm behind. Jared. Oh my God. What was that?
Stop being so dramatic.
Jeez, that scared me. Thought you dropped your phone. All right, that's good. Don't get it going too big.
Well, then I'll have to get up in 10 minutes.
We're gonna have to. We'll melt the camera I got over here. There, that's looking good. Oh, all right. Where am I at? I am in the backyard. Little different setting. Normally I'm over there, but tonight I just switched things up for a little different perspective, a little different angle here with the camera. Let's see here. Rick's Outdoors. I don't know what they're doing. I tuned in to Jason's live stream for a little bit, and I kind of had it on, and I was listening, and all of a sudden, I heard Chris say that they were all wearing thongs up there in the woods. I think like 8 or 9 of them. So, if you are in northern Wisconsin, I think that's where they're at. Watch out. Or listen, because you might be able to, if Logger Jason, tell Kenny to give us a woo, and I'll see if I can hear it across the state. Because I think he was giving, I only heard him give one when Jason had his live stream, but yeah, they're having a little. Logger Jason had a little get together up there. I think it's Is it Bear Paw? I'm not good with names of anything. What are you burning tonight? The York Woods. We are burning pine. There's one block of some of those pallet cutoffs. One of those blocks on the top. There might be a little maple in there. There might be some other. There's some oak, limwood. I think I did just hear something, Craig. Oh yeah, the Bear Paw Firewood Roundup. Oh, there, John heard Kenny fart in Spooner. Yeah, he can really deliver it out. The woos, I get apparently out both ends. It doesn't matter, whichever end it's coming out. You're gonna know it's Kenny. Bear Paw Firewood Roundup. All right. See, Jared, you gotta pay attention. You never know what's going on. It's just unfortunate that the mention of thong has to also do with men in the woods. That's the only downside. So your ears probably did perk up, but I'm guessing you probably were soon regretting having heard that. Billy Bob's Wood, good evening. Wait, what is that? Burning oak in the fireplace. Yeah, it's like I said, it's been chilly, man. Chilly in the mornings, and then, just to take that cold edge off, I'm glad I still have the old Woodmaster fired up. Travis, it is right now. It's about 50, maybe 56. It was 38 this morning. JB Brown, how are you doing? Happy Friday. Last week, Gemma, the black lab, went and dropped a couple logs behind the camera, and I think she just did that again because I am catching a whiff, holy moly's, of something not good. Whew. It's like she knows I'm live, so she goes back and takes a big dump. Any mini slash? I heard it's not much of a flame. I don't have much. I have some slash that's in the trailer back there, but it rained so much. What day did it rain? Tuesday and Wednesday. Rained all day. So everything's wet. All right, yes, we won't mention anymore. It can be something that you don't want to have in your mind. Oh, maybe it is Kenny. Maybe I heard his woo and now I smelt him. Maybe that's what it was. That is a good point, John. I didn't even think of that. Oh my goodness. All right, the ladies are back out. Rick's Outdoors. Cheers, bottom of the hour. Thank you very much. Whew. Oh yeah. I think it is time. Almost time to refill. These tumblers are not easy to drink fast out of. Jeremiah, how you doing? Outdoors in the 608. Hello! Did you hear that? There was a crackle. Hey, watch that, Amanda. That big ember. Watch that it doesn't start on fire. I don't know who was waiting to hear some crackling, but if you heard that or not, I gotta, hang on a second. This light is. The light was way too bright. All right. William Klein lost 40 Lodge. Holy moly, there's a party across the street. Bunch of kids, if you hear that. Take the lid off. Yeah, but then I get slammed in the face with balls of ice. And that ain't any fun. All right, now I gotta grab some more ice. In case I need that. It's not any fun drinking out of these without a lid. If you have ice in the glass. And the boss man is back. How's it going? What's that?
Maybe for a
Ooh.
little bit, yeah.
I don't know if you need these on. You better watch where you're going. It's getting dark.
I turn my lights on.
The Don Slate. Yesterday we released the fish into the pond. After Tuesday's rained all day. It filled up pretty much the one hole, or like the lower level, was filled up enough with water. So we figured, since the fish have been living in that small little livestock watering tank all winter, we figured it was time to release them. um, Lily's Farm and Firewood. Good evening. Had a fawn born yesterday in the woodyard. All right. Hey, isn't it? And also, I think it's your birthday today, right? Was your birthday today or yesterday? I think today. So happy birthday. Cheers. Oh, now I got my lid on backwards. Happy birthday, Matt. I think it's today, unless I'm completely losing track of, which is possible. I just remembered something. All right. I definitely need a production team here. I don't know how much rain we had, Chad, but it was a lot. It rained, like I said, all day Tuesday, and a little bit on Wednesday. The liner for that, the pool or the pond that we just built. I don't remember where I got that one. For the pond that we're building, we got it at it's somewhere online. I think it's called pondliners.com or justliners.com or something. I don't know, somewhere. Got offline, shipped from California. I'm losing my or I'm becoming more and more like frickin' Jeep. I have frickin' Jeep syndrome. Losing my mind and going slightly crazy. Are we facing the road tonight? Um, you mean the camera or me? So I'm facing the road, but the camera's facing uh the opposite. So like back there is the wood yard. Back there. And like right behind there would be like the carport. You're probably seeing Boss Man drive through on his four-wheeler. What gauge of shrink wrap? I do not know. But I know there's a difference between what is it? There's cast. I think cast is the one you. Who was that asked that? Outside in the 515. I don't know, but I think if you go to Ohio Woodburners channel and click on one of his videos, I think in his description he has what he uses. I don't remember the gauge and the. I don't know because I don't use any. Old guy Firewood. There you go. 90 gauge cast. That's what it is. It's about that thick. That's right. I was. I'm not switching. I'm still gonna go with bags. I found some cheaper bags. I'm gonna go with. So. Uh-oh. Hey. Hey.
What?
Oh, I thought he was gonna run into the neighbor's yard.
Nando! Come here!
We got the gates open. This boss man's riding the four-wheeler. And the big hound took off what I thought he was going is into the neighbor's yard. Well, so between here and the road is the house. So like from the road you can't see any of this. And then there's a fence, a privacy fence. So yeah, no, that doesn't come into play. The backyard is I guess blocked by the house. I'm gonna get the Northern Woodsman still, but I'm gonna get those ones that don't have the label on the side, just the red, plain red bags. I'm just gonna get those. Whew. Breakfast is at 7. I would have to get up mighty early to make it there by 7. So I don't think I'll be able to make it. I have to. Tomorrow is all day pond work. I want to get as much. I got, like I said, I got a load of these boulders dropped off Thursday that are in front of the shed. I got to get those moved and put in place. It's a lot going on. It's a busy weekend. The bags I'm getting from northernwoodsman.com. Bundles are, if you built a wrapping station, yeah. I mean, it's definitely I don't know. I think it depends. But depends on who's buying the bundles, where you're selling them. I think when you wrap them, just make sure you wrap it tight. Because you can have saggy bags. You can get away with saggy bags. But saggy bundles, that can be trouble. Outside with Mom and the boys. Good evening. How you doing? Bags sell better at my stand. Yeah, that's good. I think it just depends. Um, I've never. I can't remember if. I think when Captain Jack, Log Cabin Firewood, did his test, he had bags and bundles out, but I don't remember the results of like who or which sold more. Or maybe it was that they both sold the same amount. I'm not sure. But I don't have a way to wrap them, so that's why I use bags, because I have the bagger. If you have a bagger, you may as well bag. What's everyone thinking about Duke chains? I am not sure I've ever heard of Duke chains. Update on the wall hand splitter. They are both that is working out great. When I still get, so like before I used to pull out the pieces that needed to be resplit before I would bring everything in to package it. But now I just bring everything in, and because I have the little cracker down there, kindling cracker. So that thing has been working great because I can just pull the bigger pieces out, cut them down, put them right in the box. And then the little hatchet I got back just to, sometimes with like oak, the kindlet doesn't go all the way through. So that I just but I keep it hidden because that someone that's riding that 4-wheeler around, I have a bad feeling if he found it, I wouldn't have it anymore. The wood in the greenhouse. Last that I checked, it was drying good. There was still, I mean, so some of the honey locust was still at like 25%, 26%, the bigger pieces. But when you're burning it in those tabletop fire pits, like once you get those things going, they burn pretty hot. And so, like, I don't know if 20% is the optimal. Like, I think you could burn anything in those. Once you get the fire going and it's burning hot, I mean, I don't know. But the honey locust was at 26, 25-ish. The oak's good. The birch is still like 28, 30. So the birch needs a little more time. But everything else is coming along nicely. I didn't test the walnut. But the ultimate test is going to be, I think maybe next week. I should have a little fire up tabletop fire pit. I can't put it. Yeah, I can't put it back here. I'll have to put it like over here, and then I can just drop some in and get the real test of how it burns. None of this moisture meter nonsense. I know that some people always think that, or I've heard that from people. Moisture meters are just nonsense. Circle B, how you doing? The birch is looking good. I did find a few pieces that got the little spots.
Was it loud?
Not too bad.
Did they hear me?
But can you shut that fence over there at the gate?
I don't know how to shut that.
Just roll it together.
Yeah, but it tipped somehow and I unrolled it. So. Carl Lewis, have a good night. Roblox games. I haven't seen you here for a few weeks. But yeah, Circle B, the birch for the most part is all looking good. The kiln, I did a batch the other day. I'm going to be doing a batch, maybe 2 batches tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a morning and afternoon session. So that is my goal tomorrow. Get it fired up in the morning, because it takes about 3.5 hours. So then do a morning session, reload it with the fire still going, get it going for the afternoon. I need to dry some, believe it or not, some pine. Some white pine for the Flames of the Northwoods mix. My white pine is a little low. What's that? Can I show you something? Yeah, show me something.
Does the wood get drier? Yes, to a certain degree. I mean, you're never going to be able to like get everything down like 5% or something, but it will continue to season after it's been heat treated. And generally I have it in the basement where it's pretty low humidity. Do you have any apple orchards around you? Not very many. I've never had apple wood for smoking. So if I ever do get any, I don't know if I would offer it, just because I don't know. Like, I've never had anyone ask for it, so I don't know if I'd have that much of demand for it. Yes, I've had my certification for ever since, what was it? Almost, is it 2 years now? So yes. Oh, you mean for the new kiln? Yes, I have it all taken care of. Yeah, I've never heard of these Duke chains, but Applewood is great. Yeah, I've always heard it's great for smoking, but I also have heard that it's a lot of it's pretty small and like there's not very many straight pieces. Uh-oh, the coins are falling. I got a stoke. Right here is my fire stoking stick. Hang on. Yeah, this. There we go. All right. Out come the ladies. Boom, 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 boom. Sharp. Thank you very much. Cheers. Whew. Some of the wood, was it Mark that was asking that? The fire? Where was that? Or maybe, I don't know who was that. Who was saying it's some of those pieces are still the stuff that I had 2 weeks ago, and it all got rained on Tuesday. And some of the stuff, I don't know what it's just, it's like 3 years old, but it just burns like shit. I don't know why. It's maple, pine. Like some of those pine pieces have been split for 2 years now. Duke Duke's chains are great, well worth it. I've been running them for 2 months. Yeah, I've never heard of them. Hmm. All right. Yeah, we got Shibes dropping more. Cheers, Shibe. We're out. I'm gonna throw some. Hang on. Got grab an armful of slash. That'll get it going. Oh my gosh. The tire's flat. Boss man's pushing Amanda around in a wheelbarrow, but the the tire is flat. Beep. Norm, there it is. Oh, we did. There it was, the bomb. Chad, thank you very much. Cheers. And Shibe drops the bomb. Thank you very much. How are we looking on the Shotlet Family Firewood? What is the updated? If you haven't, when this is over, what was that? Oh. Did he just leave again? Oh, he's riding his bike over. All right. Have you ever been to Kakalaki? No. Where is that, Arnie? We are 4 minutes from overtime. If you haven't, where was we need to find the link. Shotlet Family Firewood. It's back in the chat. We'll make one more push here before overtime. And we'll probably do a little bit of overtime. Since it is the holiday weekend. Yeah, this light is really bright. And I can't move it back. Frickin' Jeep? I do not think so. No 2 hour or no hour long overtime tonight. Whoa! Oh, jeez.
What?
She had a big ember on her shoulder, and it was.
You run after me and start teasing me.
Well, it was gonna burn through your jacket there.
Did it burn it?
Yeah.
Is it a big hole? Just a little one.
It's not all the way through, but. Good thing there wasn't water in the pool, or I would have had to tackle you into the water, push you in. All right. Yeah, no, I've got a busy day tomorrow. Like I said, I want to get a lot done on the pond. A big push with the pond, and I have to move some big rocks. And let me tell you, these rocks don't look like they weigh that much, but they weigh a lot. It's not as easy to move these things as I thought it was going to be. Jared, have a good weekend. John, I have tried it many times. It is not bad. In fact, I just had last week the Dr. Pepper Blackberry, and that was pretty good.
yeah, if the pool would have had water, I might have had to put that spark out. Uh-oh. Marlin. Marlin, we're right here on overtime. So just stick with us here a little bit. We'll go for a few minutes longer. Watching from down at Indy 500. All right, David. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know if this is your first Friday Night Live or not, but if it is, Gary Reed, my man right there. Yes, indeed. That is a good mix. That is now I switched from the Diet Coke to a while back the Diet Wild Cherry. But then Diet Wild Cherry, for whatever reason, got discontinued. And now this Pepsi Zero Wild Cherry and Cream. Whew. This is the cat's meow with Captain. Yeah, what is she barking at? No, John, these things, like they're only like maybe foot and a half, 2 feet, like, but they're just massive in mass, like just heavy, heavy. And I move them with like that big the big dolly that I have with the big oversized tires, because I can't just like, or I want to put them in certain specific places, like facing a certain direction. So it just is it gets to be a lot more taxing on the body. The hamstrings are very easy. I very easily at the end of the day my hamstrings are shot. Five 515. That's the mix. No mix, just straight. Do you stick to one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer? Or a few more? One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. Jim Miller, have a great weekend. John, yes, we got hit pretty hard with was it a week ago yesterday? Big hail, lots of wind. I need a whole new house, roof on the house. I need a whole new house. I need a whole new roof on the house. I guess my fence is damaged that I wasn't even aware of. The truck is damaged. The carport got just a little bit, not very much. There's just like a little on the one end. I forget what they call the piece that like wraps the end, but that got a couple nicks in it. So, and I don't know.
Roblox games. All right. You have a good rest of your Friday night and enjoy the weekend. Everyone's been in the neighborhood inspecting, and there's a lot of Minnesota crews over here. In fact, there's like a guy stopped today, like they're still going around knocking on doors. But I don't have, and the one guy did tell me, he's like, oh, I can put my sign up in your yard and that'll keep everybody away. But then I didn't want to do that because I'm not going to I didn't want to commit to somebody too soon. And if I would have, if I say, hey, yeah, put your sign up, then I'm like, I think they're thinking then that they're going to get the job. And that is not, I haven't decided yet. Yeah, New Richmond to the west of us, and then down south of us, down in southern Wisconsin, they had a tornado as well. So that storm was a wild one. And like I said, it was the hail. Like I've been in hailstorms. Normally, you get hail for like a couple minutes. Like 5 minutes is a long time sometimes, or at least what I've experienced. It'll hail for just a little bit. But this hail like came down for 20 plus minutes. Just nonstop. Non-stop. Uh-oh. Ah, damn it. Skeeters are out. Well, the bids are going to depend on what is going to be covered. How much, whatever my insurance is going to like allow for coverage. That's what I'm going to kind of determine, I think. Yeah, I don't know if it was grapefruit size or not. I would say more like baseball, but it wasn't like every piece was that big. Like it was pretty random big chunks. So like in the whole backyard here, I think we found like maybe 10 like bigger chunks. So it wasn't like every piece of hail coming down was big. But they were they were like this big. So, they were big. There are some big chunks. Very big chunks. Larry Cluck, have a great weekend. Oh, Slick Willie? Hell no. That thing is like, what is it? A 412 pitch? It's, the backside is flipping steep. I would not even want to try. And I am not a fan of heights to begin with. So if I was hanging up on that thing, sheesh. Look at now that fire is going. Old guy Firewood, you made it up. You stayed up. Stayed up late. Have a good weekend, though. Enjoy the rest of, well, your Friday night. If you're heading to bed, it's probably over, but enjoy the holiday weekend. There's another big crack. Who was snap, crackle, pop. Yeah, I don't know what we'll see what the insurance comes back with. But at least the adjuster was pretty cool about it. You know, he was saying that, yes, like he wasn't trying to because in Wisconsin you don't have, like, some states, Minnesota, if you have like one pitch or one side of your roof is damaged, they'll replace the whole thing. But in Wisconsin, they don't have to do that. So, like, if my east side was not damaged enough, and there's like so many, there has to be so much damage within a 10 by 10 foot area for it to be, you know, considered, well, they'll replace it. And apparently he is like, yep, it's all needs to be replaced. So it wasn't like he was trying to lowball me, I guess. The roadside stand is doing all right. I had someone come yesterday. They messaged me ahead of time, so I don't have any of the bins full. I just have the bags out there. But then they messaged me, so I just brought a bucket full up, which is, I don't know, just easier than stacking it in there and then taking it out, putting it in the truck. So, but yeah, it's kind of slowed down, which is good though, because I have the inventory. The inventory is probably just enough to make it through summer. William Klein, you do the same. Have a great weekend. Yeah, I think I am going to wrap things up here as well. Like I said, I got a busy day tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. How old? The roof is 12 years old. Yeah, so I think that's another thing that comes into play is they take the age and then there's some formula they use or something, you know, I don't know. And then the deductible. But he was telling me that the roof, the siding, the gutters, the downspouts, and then the fence. So he was adding up all kinds of stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But he said it might be like 2 weeks till I hear anything. So I don't know. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Whatever this, all those old sayings. Hopefully it'll all turn out good. But yes, with that, I think I'm going to wrap up this Friday night, kicking off Memorial Day weekend. It just seems so early for Memorial Day. But the month is flying by, or it flew by. So hopefully you guys, if you have big projects this weekend, you get them done, or if you're just hanging out and relaxing, enjoy the rest of your Friday night and your long weekend. Enjoy Memorial Day. And with that, you have any last words over there?
Huh?
Oh, you have your headphones in. I was wondering why she has nothing to say. So with that, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, have fun, be cool. Happy Memorial Day. Cheers.
I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, a heart full of blues. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. Been a real bad boy. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down